He woke up to the smell of coffee he didn't make. His heart stopped when he saw her standing in his kitchen, wearing nothing but his oversized shirt, her hair falling loose around her shoulders. Victoria Chen, the CEO, the woman who could end his career with a single phone call. And she was in his apartment? Marcus froze in the doorway, his mind racing through fragments of last night. The company gala, the champagne, her laugh, the rain, offering her his jacket, and then nothing. His daughter Emma's bedroom door was still closed. Thank God she'd stayed at his mother's. Victoria turned, and the look in her eyes made his blood run cold. "We need to talk," she said, setting down the mug with a sharp click that echoed like a gunshot. Marcus had been working at Chen Industries for 3 years, ever since his wife left him with a 2-year-old and a mountain of debt. He started in the mailroom, worked his way up to junior analyst, every promotion fought for, every late night justified by Emma's smile when he brought home her favorite cereal. He wasn't special, he wasn't ambitious. He was just a father trying to survive. But last night, at the company's anniversary gala, everything changed. Victoria Chen had personally invited him to sit at the executive table. "You deserve recognition," she'd said, her hand lingering on his shoulder just a moment too long. He should have known better. He should have stayed away. "I don't remember what happened," Marcus stammered, his voice cracking. Victoria's expression didn't change. She walked toward him, barefoot on his worn carpet, and he backed against the wall. "You don't remember saving my life?" she asked quietly. The words hung in the air like smoke. "What?" Marcus whispered. Victoria reached for her phone on the counter, pulled up a video, and turned the screen toward him. The security footage showed the hotel's back entrance, rain pouring down. Victoria stumbling out, clearly intoxicated, heading toward the street. And then a car, headlights cutting through the darkness, speeding directly at her. Marcus watched himself sprint from nowhere, grab her, pull her back onto the sidewalk just as the vehicle roared past, so close the wind whipped their clothes. "You fractured your wrist catching me," Victoria said, her voice thick with emotion. Marcus looked down at his left hand. It was wrapped in a makeshift bandage he didn't remember applying. "I brought you home because you refused to go to the hospital. You kept saying you couldn't afford to miss work, that your daughter needed you." Tears welled in her eyes. "I put you to bed, and I stayed because I was terrified you had a concussion and might not wake up. I borrowed your shirt because my dress was destroyed. Marcus, you saved me, and you don't even remember." But that wasn't the end of the story. Monday morning, Marcus walked into the office with his wrist properly bandaged, expecting nothing. Instead, he found his desk cleared out, his access card deactivated, and HR waiting for him in a conference room. "Effective immediately, your employment is terminated," Karen from HR said, sliding a single page across the table. "Inappropriate conduct with a superior." Marcus felt the floor drop away. "What are you talking about?" His voice echoed off the sterile walls. "Miss Chen filed a complaint. You allegedly made unwanted advances at the company gala." The words didn't make sense. None of this made sense. "That's a lie," Marcus shouted, slamming his good hand on the table. "I saved her life. Check the security footage." Karen's face remained impassive. "The footage from that angle was corrupted. We only have Miss Chen's statement and the fact that you were found together the next morning. We take these matters very seriously." Marcus's world shattered. 3 years of work, gone. His health insurance, gone. Emma's stability, destroyed. "Please," he begged, something he swore he'd never do. "I have a daughter. I need this job." Karen stood up. "You should have thought about that before you acted inappropriately. Security will escort you out." The parking lot was where Marcus broke. Sitting in his decade-old car that barely ran, he put his head on the steering wheel and let the tears come. His phone buzzed, a text from his mother. "Emma's school called. They said her tuition payment bounced. What's going on?" He had nothing. No savings, no backup plan. Just a 5-year-old girl who believed her daddy could fix anything. He pulled out his phone to search for emergency jobs when another text came through. Unknown number. "Mr. Marcus Shaw, we need to meet. Regarding Victoria Chen. Come to this address immediately. Your future depends on it." The address led to a law office in the expensive part of town. Marcus almost didn't go in, certain it was a trap, but desperation is a powerful motivator. Inside, a sharp-eyed woman in a power suit extended her hand. "Jessica Lin, attorney. I represent Victoria Chen, the real Victoria Chen." Marcus blinked. "I don't understand." Jessica pulled out a tablet, swiped through images. "The woman who fired you this morning? That was Victoria's twin sister, Vivian. She's been trying to take over the company for years. When Victoria went missing after the gala, Vivian saw her opportunity. She impersonated Victoria, filed false complaints, destroyed evidence, and removed anyone loyal to her sister." "Where's Victoria?" Marcus demanded. Jessica's face darkened. "We don't know. She disappeared Saturday morning after leaving your apartment. Her phone's off, her car was found abandoned. But before she vanished, she sent me something." Jessica played a voice recording. Victoria's voice, strained and frightened. "Jessica, if you're hearing this, Vivian found out about Marcus. She's going to destroy him to destroy me. Protect him. He's evidence of what really happened that night. The real footage is in my private cloud. Password is Emma's birthday." Marcus felt his knees buckle. "How does she know my daughter's birthday?" Jessica smiled grimly. "Because Victoria Chen has been watching you for 2 years, Marcus. She was the anonymous donor who paid for Emma's medical bills when she had pneumonia. She's the reason you got promoted to junior analyst. She saw in you something rare, genuine goodness. And now she's missing, possibly in danger, and you're the only person who can prove what really happened that night." The case exploded across the news. Private investigators found Victoria held captive in Vivian's estate, drugged and hidden away. The real security footage emerged, showing Marcus's heroicism and Vivian's conspiracy. The board of directors convened an emergency meeting. Vivian was arrested for kidnapping, fraud, and corporate espionage. Victoria was rescued, hospitalized, and cleared of all false allegations. And Marcus? He received a call asking him to come to the hospital. Victoria was sitting up in bed, pale but alive, when he entered. "I'm sorry," she said immediately. "I tried to protect you and I failed." Marcus shook his head. "You saved my life long before I saved yours." Victoria reached for his hand, tears streaming down her face. "I'm reinstating you immediately, with a promotion. Head of security operations, full benefits, college fund for Emma." And Marcus? She looked at him with raw vulnerability she'd never seen in a CEO. "Would you have dinner with me? A real one, where we both remember what happens?" The epilogue came 6 months later. Marcus wasn't just an employee anymore. He was Victoria's most trusted advisor, and, slowly, something more. Emma called Victoria and Vicky, and had more security and love than Marcus had ever dreamed possible. The company thrived under Victoria's leadership, with Marcus ensuring no one would ever threaten her again. Sometimes the underdog doesn't just survive, sometimes they win. Sometimes saving someone's life means they save yours right back. And sometimes justice doesn't just prevail, it transforms everything you thought was impossible into the life you were always meant to live.